Hello and welcome to my kitchen. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a classic Gujarati curry called Dudhi Chana Shaak. And this curry is made using an Indian courgette and split chickpeas. But because Indian courgettes are not always readily available, I'm going to use the normal courgette that you get in the supermarket. This curry is full of protein and is really delicious. So let's get cooking. The first thing to do is to measure out 1 cup or 200 grams of split chickpeas. Then put them into a bowl and look over them and remove anything that doesn't look right. Then go ahead and rinse it under warm water a couple of times and then soak it in some fairly warm water and put it aside for a couple of hours. You'll know when the chickpeas are soaked when you can break it easily with your fingernail. Then we're going to take out the water and leave it aside until we're ready to cook it. Now that my chickpeas are ready, I'm going to prepare my courgette and my medium tomato. So to prepare the courgette, I'm just going to peel it and then cube it. Now everything is cut and ready, but before I start cooking, I'm going to put my drained split chickpeas into a bowl and I'm going to add all the spices to it. So for the spices, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of ginger garlic chili paste, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder, just less than 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of Coriander-Cumin Powder. So now this is all ready, I can start my tempering. Now to cook the curry, I'm using a medium saucepan which is non-stick and I've got a lid for it too. So I'm going to start my heat on the number 6. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of oil to the pan and let this heat up properly. Once the oil's heated up for a few minutes, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of mustard seeds and 1 dry red chili. And we're going to wait until the mustard seeds pop. Once the mustard seeds start popping, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of Hing or Asafoetida. We're going to let that sizzle for about 5 seconds. Then we're going to add our mixture to the pan. We're also going to add our zucchini or dudhi to the pan as well. Then mix it in well. Now I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes just like this without a lid because you want to let the ginger and the garlic cook. It's much better cooked like this, sauteed, versus boiled, because we are going to add some water to this in a few minutes. So while this cooks, go ahead and put your kettle on. So this has been cooking for a few minutes here, and now I'm going to add about 1 cup or 240 ml of boiling water to this. And we're going to cover this and let it cook. I'm going to turn the heat down to the number 2 so that it's cooking on low. We're going to let this cook covered on a low heat for about 20 to 25 minutes. And you want the dal to be cooked through. So you want it soft but not mushy, because we're going to cook it another 5 to 10 minutes after adding the tomatoes to this. And keep an eye on it. If you need to add a little bit more boiling water, then go ahead and do so. So this has been cooking for about 7-8 minutes, and I'm just going to give it a stir. So this has been going for about 20 minutes now, and I'm going to check it. So the dal is nice and cooked, and now I'm going to add the tomatoes in here and 1 teaspoon of sugar. So this is my chopped tomato. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar, and I happen to have brown sugar here, and that's optional. You can add less sugar if you like, more sugar, or don't add sugar at all, but it does taste very nice with sugar in it. And as it looks a little bit dry, I am going to add a little bit more water, not too much. Then I'm going to cover it and let it cook. This has been cooking for about 5 minutes, and let's check it. It's coming along nicely. We just want the tomatoes to soften up and cook through. And it's almost there. After about 5 to 6 minutes of cooking, it looks completely done. So I'm going to turn the heat off. And we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of Garam Masala in here. And I'm going to mix that in gently. Then the final step is to garnish it with some coriander. And there you have it, Dudhi Chana no Shaak. So easy to make, so delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And definitely try this recipe out. It's so good. And it's on my website, milhan.com. I hope to see you all soon for some more cooking inspiration.